If you've come for goals in the First Division today, then New Broomfield is probably the last place on your list. The two lowest scorers in the First Division, Dundee with only 13 goals, Airdrie with only 17. Between them, only 30 goals this season. St Johnstone on their own have only scored one less. Dundee going with just the one up front today as well. Not going for the jugular. Colin McMenamin by himself. Other changes for Dundee. Enters come Kyle Benedictus at the back. And Darren Williams makes a surprise return to the Dundee midfield. Eric Payton just knocking that one away from Cardle before he can get in there. Benedictus back in the starting lineup, watching it carefully. Payton's got it back. Cardle putting him under pressure, but Payton's twisting and turning and gets the ball away in the end. Dakan now gets away, and now Dakan can come charging forward here against Airdrie defence. And McKenna giving him chase, but Freddie's got the pace to go past him. Dakan goes into the box and it's just cuts out, but McMenamin's got enough effort to win it back, and McHale's won it back out to Dakan. Now right-footed, looking for O'Brien in the box there. Payton wins back off Cardle, and Payton forced onto his weaker side, and Airdrie can get the ball away. Malone just blocked away off him, and it's gone out on the far side. Malone was pretty much convinced he had a throw in there, but not today. Giacomo losing out on the far side in the throw-in stakes. Now Williams getting his first touch back in the Dundee starting lineup today. Very much in and out of this Dundee side under Jockey Scott. Dakan's won it and wins the throw-in off Hasley. And Dundee will be looking to push the men forward here. Now Williams just having to watch it there and ends up giving it away. Payton tries to knock it back in, and Hasley's let it run, and it's been won back by Dundee. McMenamin looking to cut inside Hasley, and now gets the ball across, and it's just taken off the head of McHale. Knocked back in by Malone. Now Shinnie tries to get turned, and there's four Airdrie defenders there just to block it away. No chance for Malone to do anything with it. Now McEwen's managed to keep it in. Malone now. And McHale just in a more attacking sense. And that's a good tackle by Shinnie to win the ball back for Dundee. McMenamin trying to hold up the ball with his chest and doing so. And Payton's found Dakan again, who's getting the ball a lot in these early stages, and he's going to the byline with Hasley, and in the end Freddie just slips, and he's won the, well, he's given away the goal kick. Just a chance for Stephen Robson now in the Airdrie goal to get a feel on the ball. And after last week's 1-1 draw, Airdrie got East End Park against Dunfermline, taking the lead against the Powers. They were looking to climb off the bottom of the table today. Queen of the South, 3 points above them at the moment, and Queen of the South's recent drastic run of form, pretty much a shoe-in defeat for them today. They were home to Partick Thistle. Chance for Airdrie to maybe climb off the bottom. McHale just tries to nod it down to McMenamin, and in the end, free kicks being conceded in the centre of the park. Giacomo tries to head it on, and now Lynch, the former Dundee man, gets it out wide to Cardle now. Up against Eric Payton, Joseph Cardle cuts inside, and he's going to have a strike a goal here, and it comes off Lynch, who wasn't offside, but didn't have a chance to get a good touch on the ball, and the ball just breaks away. McLaughlin now. Now Giacomo. Williams snapping at his heels and it's been picked up by McKenna now. For Airdrie coming forward. Looking for Lynch and Lynch lets it run for no one in particular and Dundee averted that danger really through Airdrie's own mistakes. Payton. Now Williams, and he's got two Airdrie men in front of him, didn't fancy taking him on, and Kevin McDonald has won a free kick here for Airdrie, battling with Shinnie. Just taking his time over that free kick, Robert Donnelly. McLaughlin trying for it on the far side, but he's gone over for McDougall. Was just a bit too far ahead of him, and it's easy for Malone to let that one run out. Shinnie just couldn't get enough of a foot on that one, and now Cardle can get turned against Williams. Now McDonald. And it's now back with McLaughlin. Skips forward past McMenamin, but not really wanting to go too much forward. McEwen heads that one down into the ground more than out the way. And Shinnie's knocked flying by McKenna, and the referee stops the play. McHale eager to get on with it, and Freddie's just not quite quick enough. And it's going to be a throw in to Airdrie. Robertson just getting that one away. Now it's fallen down to McDougall, and he's got McLaughlin running outside him. Here he is now. He's going to be trying to get the crossover. Giacomo gets a good touch on it, and Douglas goes down low and saves well. Carving out the first chance of the game, Airdrie. Giacomo did well to get the strike in. His first touch took the ball behind him. Showed good agility to get the strike in at the end. And McMenamin, a long ball forward, giving him the chance here. And he's turned that one just wide of the post. Long ball from Eddie Malone really carved open that Airdrie defence. It was Mark Smythe who got caught under the ball, lost its position in the air. McMenamin almost took advantage. It's not Mark Smythe. Smythe. Now McEwen heads that one out, no problem at all. Now McDonald. Now Cardle will be looking to step inside Dakan, and Dakan just give him a bit too much. Payton. And Dakan's going to fancy his chances running against Hasley. And Dakan's won a throw in. He's having a lot of joy against Hasley on the near side, using his athleticism just to run past him a couple of times so far. And Dakan again, and McKenna just comes across and watches that one out of play. Smythe. Out to Cardle now, and Shinnie's going to try and close him down, but Cardle cuts inside, and now he keeps running. Cardle. Now he's Giacomo. Now sliding in with Eddie Malone there, and 50-50 balls won by Airdrie, and now fired in against Malone again, and McLaughlin keeps working hard, and in the end the cross is blocked away. Comes back to McLaughlin though, and it's come off the back of Malone. It's going to be a corner kick to Airdrie United. Just falling down, is it? Hasley's gone over to take this corner kick, the in swinger. Simon Lynch. Dundee fans will know aerial prowess, but ball doesn't come in to him. And that ball from McLaughlin just casually runs through to Douglas, who's in good form, man of the match last week against Morton in the 0-0 draw. And when your goalkeeper's man of the match in a 0-0 draw, you know what kind of 0-0 it was. Shinney's going to be jumping with Hasley. Ball comes away. Now Donnelly. And McEwen will just have to watch Giacomo there, because he was in danger of letting him run past him if that ball was just a bit shorter. But in the end, too much pace in the ball. Malone. And now going for the long ball again, Eddie Malone against this edge of the fence, trying to get in McMenamin, who turned that shot wide just moments ago. Now Williams back in this edge of the fence, plenty of space in that middle of the park. McEwen. And now McEwen steps forward and he's eager to run forward here, Craig McEwen. Giacomo's going with him to make him play it, and the ball just runs out in the end. Aye. It's non-stop, aye. Lynch, just a bit too high for the Airdrie front man, and the ball runs through to Benedictus, who's first start since his injury. But Dakan almost found there, but Benedictus back in this starting lineup, making his first appearance since that injury he sustained earlier in the season. He came off the bench against Celtic in the cup tie just as a last-minute replacement for Cowan, but making his first start today and be looking to impress Jockey Scott and show him the kind of form that won him the phenomenal young player of the month earlier in the season. Now McLaughlin and McKenna comes short to give him the option, and McLaughlin tries to take the ball away from Shinney, but Shinney was closing him down hard before blocking down the shot. Right. Smythe gets that one away off McMenamin's head. Now O'Brien picks it up and he's looking for McMenamin, blocked away. Bobby Donnelly now with a long ball, and Lynch up against Malone, gets turned. Lynch looking to find Giacomo, and McEwen sliding in, gets that one away. McMenamin thought he was fouled there, the Dundee front man. He was appealing for it, but the attack's broken up in the end. Airdrie offside. Payton looking for McMenamin, dropping deep and trying to hold up the ball, but Smythe going with him. Now O'Brien lays off to McHale. Shinney gets turned well and shows McDonald the wrong way, and he's going down outside now, and here's O'Brien up against McLaughlin here. McLaughlin slides in well and blocks the ball away. It's going to be a throw-in to Dundee. And Malone doesn't have many options here from the throw, and eventually McHale comes short to give him one, and McHale with a testing cross and just over the head of Colin McMenamin, and Robertson was in trouble there if McMenamin had connected with it. In the end, simple takedown low for him. McDonald gets out to McLaughlin, and I thought maybe it was just going to be a bit high for him, but he does well. Now McDougall up against Malone, steps inside, and a little through ball looking for Giacomo, and Douglas showing that age isn't a hindrance, out quickly and smothers the ball. Cardle now, and he's being shown the wrong way by the Dundee midfield. And now McHale looking for Dakan. Payton, and Dakan set off down the wing again, looking to test Hasley. Now McDonald doing these, worked it out to McKenna. And just getting stuck at 6s and 7s there with McDougall, the two of them not working their angles out quite right. And then Giacomo keeps it in off the back of Malone. And now McDonald, and he's going to try and work it out to Cardle now, and Payton's in trouble here as McDonald. So Cardle almost went in the back of him, but Payton stuck to his task, and just when you thought Cardle could have got in around the back, blocked away. Now Airdrie with a second corner. Swung in, and it's gone all the way through, and it's eventually going to be headed out with Benedictus, and it's come to McDonald here, who's fired it in. It's deflected off Paul McHale, I think it was, in that Dundee 6-yard line. But Kevin McDonald had plenty of time there at the edge of the box just to pick his spot. This costs Dundee another corner. Swung in again. And now Douglas watching that one quite well and claims it round Paul Giacomo. Douglas with both of his arms round him in a bear hug and claims the ball, no problem at all. Smythe knocks it away, headed on by McKenna. Now Williams with a tried a accurate header. You can see he was trying to be so precise with the header, but in the end just gives it straight to McDonald. Malone gets it away. O'Brien dropping deep. Now Williams will be looking to pick his passes more precisely and go. McDonald finds Lynch, and he's got a 2-on-1 here with Benedictus. It decides to go inside Simon Lynch. Now Payton closing him down, and Lynch in the end fires his pass straight to Eric Payton. Payton gets turned well, and now McHale eager to run here. Paul McHale against his Airdrie defence. Hasley's backing off him, and Hasley slipped, and he's let Dakan in here, and Dakan into the box. He's turned it in, and it's broken loose, and McHale just stood watching it more than trying to go in for the goal. I think he was leaving it to McMenamin to recover. And now the play's broken up with a foul. But Dakan running into the box hard. But Dundee just couldn't capitalise on the loose ball. Can you see the screen? Smythe, and we're looking long from this free kick. McKenna just dropping back to give him a short option, but he does look long. Simon Lynch gets turned, and McEwen gets it away from Giacomo's head. And now McMenamin. Freddie's galloping down the wing, and here he is, coming inside off Hasley. Now turning outside Dakan. Going to the byline, and Hasley recovers from his earlier slip, which led to the last Dundee opportunity. Puts this one out for a throw-in. Payton looking for options from the throw-in. McHale makes a run into the box, and now gets turned and fired in, and just a couple of steps too far ahead for McMenamin. Douglas claims it. This rolls it out to Benedictus. Looked solid so far in this first half, and he's galloping forwards in a style reminiscent of Lee Wilkie, but he's lost the ball to Giacomo. Now McDougall comes forward, and Malone tries to stick with him, but in the end lost him. But Dundee have won it back. Payton now. And now McHale and Cardle was coming in there, and Dundee playing a short passes on this near side, looking for an opportunity, and Dackhan's let the ball run through to Williams. Smythe, though, read it well and just plays it back to Robertson in the Airdrie goal. Cardle just caught by Payton there as he went past him, but referee Brian Winter plays the advantage. Lynch out on this near side, but he's offside. Douglas will restart the play with a free kick. All right, aye. Try moving the camera back, because I'm getting a better view standing further back. McHale, and he's getting caught with McDonald in a wrestling match there in the middle, and Williams gives us away. Now Giacomo finds Stephen McDougall. McKenna doing twists and turns to get away from no one in particular. Shinny quite happy to just watch him do the twists and turns. And now Lynch was making a run there into the box, but it was blocked away before he could get there. McMenamin now works it out to Dackhan, who's going to be going up against Hasley again. Freddy comes inside, and a little through ball looking for McMenamin, just a bit too far ahead of him. And Bobby Donnelly comes across and knocks the ball out of play. Payton be looking for options from this throw-in, and again Dundee just not the quickest to offer the throw and take of the options. McEwen, the Aberdonian, and he'll be urged to shoot, and Shinny given away, and Robertson can pick that one up easily. On the edge of the defence, getting men back in numbers and not giving Dundee time to pick their passes. McEwen sticks his head in there, and that's brave play from the Aberdonian centre-back, former Clyde man, of course. He's won a free kick as well. McEwen. Now O'Brien, and he's now fancying the run against this Airdrie midfield, and he's hauled down in the end, and McLaughlin didn't look like he got too much of a foot on that ball, but play on, says the referee. And in the end, the play's broken down. Cardle is playing it behind Simon Lynch. Shinny steps forwards and now cuts inside, and he's just got body checked by Kevin McDonald there, and the ref pulls it back, and he's not happy. Dundee taking the free kick quickly. Dundee take it for the second time. Malone now, looking high for Colin McMenamin, who's just beaten physically off the ball by Stephen McKenna. Malone wins that ball well. Shinny. Now McMenamin gets caught with his back to goal again, but works it well and sets O'Brien off down the wing up against McLaughlin, and hard work pays off in the end for Dundee. They want to throw in. Now Shinny just muscled off the ball again by McKenna. He's eager to throw his weight about, the Airdrie United man. And again, Dundee just taking the times over these throw-ins, just looking to pick the right man. Then Malone fired into McMenamin, but with his back caught to goal like that, wasn't going to be scoring. Cardle now, Back to McDonald. Now McLaughlin. O'Brien trying to close him down. Now McDougall. Now McKenna. McDonald, the man with a famous name, the conqueror of Burnley. Conqueror of Arsenal, sorry, for Burnley. But of course a different Kevin McDonald, and now Lynch can run forward here from that through ball by McLaughlin, kept in by Simon Lynch, and McEwen does enough to win the goal kick. Well, the linesman gave the goal kick, the referee overturns him. The referee thought that the ball took a deflection off Simon Lynch on his way out. The referee overturns the decision. Will it be a costly one for Dundee? Cardle goes across to take it. McLaughlin just making his way into the box now. Stephen McDougall also there. Ball thrown over and McKenna tries to head it in. And now Lynch has got the chance and he's hits it over the bar. He was falling as he hit it. But Dundee's top scorer since Nacho Novo fires it over the bar. Since Nacho Novo, he's Dundee's top scorer in a season. Simon Lynch scored about 15, I think. Nacho scored about 20 odds last season. Payton and Freddie's off running into the middle. And the ball goes out for a throw in. Payton not given the options from the throw in, and Airdrie really working hard on these set pieces from the throw ins, not giving Dundee many options from them. Payton again, and there's no short options for Payton again from this throw-in. McHale looks for it long in the penalty area, but it's won easily back by Airdrie. And now Payton with a good challenge, gets it back. Giacomo's coming back to give him a hard time. Now Shinnie. And McKenna sticks to his task well before going down, and Shinnie just a little deflected through ball. Only finds the gloves of Stephen Robertson. Headed down, and now Shinnie, and it's blocked out. Lynch can't get turned. And Giacomo just having Williams going through the back of him there, but the referee doesn't blow up for the foul. Malone just goes sideways to McEwen, who looks long, and O'Brien will have to be running after it, but he gave up the chase well before he got anywhere near stopping that one going out. Fuck's sake. Malone nods it away. Shinnie. It's a bit of head tennis in that Dundee midfield at the moment. McMenamin gets turned though, and decides to knock it out to O'Brien, going head to head with McLaughlin. And O'Brien will have to go the long way around him. McLaughlin sticks with him though, and in the end hauls him down, but it was a good tackle for McLaughlin. Wins the ball cleanly. Benedictus just knocks it out to Payton. And McMenamin coming short, and McHale just to foul Stephen McKenna there, taken quickly by Airdrie. Giacomo coming forward. He's got Stephen McDougall outside him. Here is the Airdrie man now, and he's taken down by Andrew Shinnie. And Shinnie gets a yellow card for his troubles. Just marking the name down in his notebook. The referee, Hasley, just going across to take this free kick for Airdrie United. And play can restart. Stephen McDougall up there in the box. And the ball's fired in, and Simon Lynch just a bit too far ahead of him. The swinging free kick, and Simon Lynch was running in at the back of that pack. Just a bit too far ahead of him on this occasion. Douglas just caught that ball a bit heavy, and Freddie can't get his head on it. Now Payton running forward here. He's going to be looking for options. Eric Payton might go for the striker himself, and a little chip shot from Eric Payton. Just wide, but a good run by Eric Payton coming inside. Looked for options, didn't have any. Took it himself. Dundee's second top goal scorer this season. Couldn't find the target. Payton now come forward, and he's found Colin McMenamin and just tries to work it out to David O'Brien. Maybe just a bit too fancy, the Dundee front man on this occasion. The attack breaking down. McLaughlin looks for the run of Stephen McDougall here, and he's going to be running at this Dundee defence. And there's a big cry for a handball on the far side. Unfortunately, the sun impaired my view, and I wasn't able to tell. Lynch drops deep and works the ball around the back of the referee out to Stephen McKenna. Now McDougall, little right-footed cross, and ball just comes off the chest of Joseph Cardle there. And now Freddie can come forward, and Smythe came charging at that one and fired the ball high into the back of the stand, but Mark Smythe wasn't going to take any prisoners there. He was going to take the ball and anything that got in the way. Payton looking for options, and Payton knocked in the air there by McKenna, but good tackle by the Airdrie midfielder, just hurt his back in the process, but he's going to be man enough to play on. Payton, little chip ball in the air looking for McMenamin. Smythe strides out again, very confident, the Airdrie defender. McHale having the Airdrie man snap at his heels. McKenna, and now Dakan going around the back of Hasley, and Hasley has done enough to keep the throw in for himself. Dakan just losing out on this occasion, but probably the first time he's lost out to Hasley. He's had much joy against the Airdrie man in this first half. He's still getting sun bothering him. That's okay. Payton. Just a low ball this time. The feet of Dakan. Tries to get himself turns twice. Decides to go back to Williams. And Shinnie looks for the little through ball to O'Brien, and O'Brien goes charging in there, and in the end is knocked in the air by Bobby Donnelly. Now Giacomo dropping deep to win the ball back for Airdrie, and Giacomo is taking it past Williams and Shinnie. Now Cardle, a chip ball looking for Giacomo, but it's a bit too far ahead of him this time. And Cardle just working hard. Nice swap sides with Stephen McDougall. Kenny Black obviously trying to mix it up, this Airdrie attack. Headed out in Shinnie. And Shinnie knocks that straight out of play, but I think the referee's going to pull it back for a foul on the Dundee midfielder as he was playing that chipped ball. Indeed it is. It's going to be a free kick to Dundee. Malone the man looking to take it. Going to be looking long. Aimed at McMenamin. Smythe jumping in with him. Hasley gets it away, and McDougall loses out to McHale, and McHale goes for the strike, and it just drifts wide of that post. Paul McHale just got the 1 goal this season. Not a regular goal scorer for Dundee since he joined up from Clyde a couple of years ago, but even by his standard, just the 1 goal. Might be expected to score a few more, but you could say that about most of this Dundee team. Worst attacking record in the league. Cardle now knocks a little through ball for Lynch. Benedictus going out with him, and Lynch chips it over to the far post looking for McLaughlin, who was running in. McHale works it out to Dakan, and Dakan's set off the blocks down this right wing, but Hasley sticks to it well, gets a foot on it, but Dakan's picked up the loose ball. Now McMenamin up against Smythe, and Smythe takes down McMenamin. Oh, well, the referee, I think, in the end judges that McMenamin slipped instead of a drastic foul by the Airdrie defender. Airdrie have worked it down the other end quickly. Here's Cardle now, up against Benedictus, cuts inside. McHale in the end breaks up the play. Payton goes down, but the referee waves play on. Cardle now, little chip ball to the back post. Lynch is looking there. And it's knocked away, and Shinnie taking his time over playing that ball away. Dakan now works it out to Shinnie, and Shinnie in the centre of the park. Only McMenamin up with him. Works it out to McMenamin. Smythe is there again. Airdrie defender working hard. Lynch now goes for O'Brien, and it just gets caught between his legs. And it goes out to play. McLaughlin with a long ball. And now O'Brien coming forwards. McMenamin's made the run outside. He's got Smythe with him again, and wins the corner kick off Smythe, and Dundee, with over half an hour played, have won their first corner of the match. I think it was the first corner. Shinnie just making his way over to take as McEwen and Benedictus make their way up from the back. Shinnie just swings it in, and Benedictus was there at the near post. Had to go up with his feet though, the young Dundee defender, and Shinnie with the return cross is fired it almost out for a throw-in on this near side, but a goal kick as the end result. Robertson just taking his time over this goal kick, and in the end just fires a low skidder out, and Lynch helps it on, looking for Giacomo. Now McEwen just now over to Malone. Just helped on by Shinnie, and McMenamin's gone down, and the looks like he's in some pain, and the referee's just going to stop the play here for the injury to McMenamin, and just calling the physio over, but he went down quite quickly from the foul. I just tried taking the camera back in the second half. Well, no, mind you, actually I can't. Because in the first half, that just the tail end of that roof was keeping it out. The sun's gone obviously lower now. I'll go down behind that stand, And McMenamin just going off the play now. Looks like he'll be able to carry on. Just over 5 minutes to go until half-time here at New Broomfield. Excelsior. And now the Dundee man rejoins the play. Dakan goes over trying to close him down, and Freddie will keep this one in play against Hasley. Payton going with him. And Dakan just sticks to his man well and blocks it away out for a goal kick. Robertson just going across, and the ball was moving there when the kick was taken. A very sharp linesman on this near side noticing it. It's a lot sharper than the linesman down south. Don't realise when a corner kick is taken. Can get Wayne Rooney to testify to that. But this time the linesman pulls it back. McEwen launches over the back of Giacomo, but the referee lets that one go. McEwen getting a good head on the ball. Now McDougall turns his back into Malone to keep the ball and lets McLaughlin run forward. Now Lynch, and he's taken down by Craig McEwen there, and Lynch had just shuffled the ball past Craig McEwen before being taken down, and straightforward free kick. And McEwen picks up a yellow card as well for his trouble. And Airdrie will be looking for Matthew Hasley to put in a good delivery again. The last free kick from this area. So Simon Lynch ducking in at the far post, and it's flicked on but at the near post. Knocked away though. McHale helps it on. And Smythe will come across to clear this one up, just back to Stephen Robertson. And Lynch and Malone in a chase here to keep this one in, and I think the referee's going to stop it for a foul. I think the referee was the linesman was flagging for a foul, but I think it's going to be a throw in. No. That's just placed down by Malone for the free kick on the touchline. McKenna just holding on to Malone there as the challenge was taken. Just a bit of toing and throwing either way though, and the referee doesn't let it go, but he's pulled it back now. Bobby Donnelly. McHale just going to close him down. Now McKenna. And McLaughlin just a little chip ball, and Lynch just trying to run onto it, but a diving challenge by Craig McEwen just stops the former Dundee man getting away. Now Williams and has been pulled back. I thought Williams was going to try and play in Freddie Dakan, who started one of his marauding runs down this right wing, but the referee pulls it back. McDonald is the man standing over this free kick. And McKenna has just taken up an ominous position there, but in the end he's going over to Giacomo, but McEwen never in any trouble there, heads that one out of play. McLaughlin jumping with McMenamin, but the Dundee man knocks it out to O'Brien. Kept in though by Airdrie United, but they've given it away. Williams. Now McHale just out now to Payton, who's going to be running forward up against Cardle. Steps inside, and Cardle does enough to stop Payton going past him, but didn't do enough to keep the ball from going out. Dundee win the throw in. Dakan now just lets the ball run to the edge of the area, but loses out to Hasley. Now McDougall. Now McLaughlin gets turned and he plays it back to Smythe, but I don't think he really wanted it with Dakan closing him down hard. Lynch, and McDonald just plays that right into the feet of McEwen. He picks up his own loose ball. Now Malone. And Benedictus, Payton now. And Backhand tries to get himself turned and wins the loose ball well. Works it out to McHale, and he plays it straight into the feet of Mark Smythe. And McHale had the chance to pick a good ball there with McMenamin and Shinney waiting in the box. Couldn't pick a good cross on this occasion into the feet of Mark Smythe. Airdrie though have worked it all the way down the field though. Here's McDougall. And McLaughlin. Back to McDougall now, and he tries to fire that cross in quickly to Lynch, who was waiting in the Dundee area, but poor ball. And with that goal kick by Robert Douglas, the first half draws to a close. A 0-0 draw here at New Broomfield at the start of the season. The two lowest scores in the league this season. And it's half time here at New Broomfield, and it is still 0-0. And Dundee just waiting for the referee's signal to get the second half underway. No changes by either side at the break. And these two weakest attacks in the division, coupled with Dundee's best defence in the division, in fact Dundee's best defence in Scotland, remains goalless at half time. In fact, only the Big Four of England, the Big Four defences of England, better than Dundee. And just Freddie Dakan running in here, and Hasley slipped, but Freddie was a bit too far down the pitch, and McMenamin's blocked out for a goal kick. But only the Big Four defences of England have a better defence than Dundee. Those four being Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea and Wycombe Wanderers. Big solid defence down there at Wycombe. Top of League 2. Robertson just firing the ball down the park. And blocked away. And now Cowan, who's sneaked on without me noticing him. Thought there was no half-time substitutions at the break. I didn't account for David Cowan's blonde locks, so he's come on for Darren Williams, who disappeared during the middle of the first half. Got some touches in the centre of that Dundee midfield at the start and at the end, but Darren Williams, a surprise inclusion in this Dundee starting lineup today, has dropped out at half time. And ironic cheer there for the linesman, who, in flagging for the offside, ends up throwing his flag on the play, American football style. He's now got the flag firmly back in his hand. Here is Cowan, the second half introduction, and Shinney just lays it off for the former Gretna man, who can come forward down the field. Dakan just forced to turn out wide, and the ball's not got out to play, and Hasley kept it in for Dakan, and in the end Airdrie can get it away. Smythe now back out to Hasley. Smythe again, very impressive in the first half. Mark Smythe very committed, clearing the ball away from the feet of Colin McMenamin as he was going in on a Freddie Dakan cross. Now the ball fired into the box, and it's almost taken into the back of the net by McDougall. It was just too high for him. The ball came in, and I thought it was going to be too high for everyone, but almost low enough for Stephen McDougall to nod the ball past Robert Douglas. Stays goalless though here at New Broomfield. Malone. And Bobby Donnelly is watching Colin McMenamin here, and he's not going to let him get past him. Robertson knocks it away, and Payton lets the ball run through to Giacomo, and Douglas doesn't take any chances there. Came out of his area to clear the ball away. Now McDougall. Out to McLaughlin. Right-footed cross and headed out to play by Craig McEwen. And Simon Lynch was looking in the box there before the offside flag went up. Douglas just takes a shot to Eddie Malone. And McMenamin just wanting a foul there, but nothing doing. McKenna just steps back into defence to win that one. Now McEwen out wide to Ferry Dakan, who keeps the ball in. Now Cowan, the second half replacement for Williams. Benedictus looking long, but Smythe shows a good touch to bring the ball down there and pick a pass. Now here's Lynch, steps past Benedictus. And now Cardle tries to get past Cowan, but the Dundee defender does enough to keep possession. Payton now, out to Shinnie, and Shinnie's going to fancy going for a run here, but he's gone down from the challenge by Cardle, and he's pulled the player back here, the referee. Payton just being told by the referee to move the ball back a bit, and standing over the free kick now. No obvious options for Payton from the free kick, so just a little tap to the side for Benedictus. Now Malone. McEwen. Just back to Malone, and McDougall was trying to close him down. McLaughlin being forced to go toe-to-toe with O'Brien on the near side, and the Airdrie man wins the ball and fires it through to Lynch. And McEwen just watching Lynch go all the way back, and Douglas in the end has to step up to clear the ball. Now Cowan will let that ball run out of play, and Mikael Courier just tries to pass the ball to Cowan, but just past him. Guadeloupe international just warming up there on the far side next to Cowan, taking the throw in, looking to get involved at some point in the second half, but Jockey Scott persisting with the one up front at the moment. Colin McMenamin, the formation that's worked so well against Queen of the South away from home, and also against Celtic at Parkhead, where Dundee took the lead before succumbing 2-1 to the Scottish champions. And Smythe just steps inside Colin McMenamin there, just not giving him the chance. McEwen just tries to knock that one ball down, but it just catches him in the chin. Lynch cuts inside, goes past the challenge, and going in with Giacomo, the referee. He's put under pressure under pressure there more by the Airdrie fans than the players. Lynch still screaming for the penalty kick. He did step past McEwen before being hauled down, but the referee not interested. Well, that first real flashpoint in this second half, the big cry for the penalty kick. Showed good play by Simon Lynch, using his nimble feet to get past the Dundee defence. And McMenamin's won it back here. Here's McHale. O'Brien outside him. McHale just tried to find O'Brien. He might get it back here. Just tries to nod it out wide, but the referee's given a free kick. McHale, the man judged to have committed the foul. And McHale just tries to work that ball out to O'Brien there, the initial chance. And if he had, O'Brien would have been left one-on-one with Stephen Robinson in that Airdrie goal. And you would have thought that would have been the perfect opportunity for Dundee to go ahead. As it is, we're still goalless here at New Broomfield. Here's Simon Lynch. Giacomo was wanting the ball. He was pointing where he wants him to put it, but in the end he might go out wide here. Simon Lynch. Here's McDougall trying to run inside up against Malone, and Benedictus gets it away. And now Cardle almost bundled over in the box by Cowan there. He's worked it all the way out though, Cardle by himself, and he's got the ball back across. Lynch jumping with it, and it's come through to McDougall, and in the end it's just gone out over the byline. Doesn't come off anyone. It's going to be a goal kick. Robert Douglas eager to run across and take it quickly, but he'll just pause. Hasley just knocks that ball right back where it came from, and Cowan will be forced to play this. Well, it's gone out of play now. I didn't think I was going to go out of play there, but Cowan lets it run for the throw in the end. It's Benedictus, and young Dundee defenders again showing why he's such a talent in this Dundee defence, a rising talent. Malone just goes sideways now to McEwen. And O'Brien steps past Kevin McDonald, and O'Brien still going. McMenamin was making a run there, just halts, and Shinnie in the end loses out, going for the ball with McKenna. Now McDonald looks out wide for Joseph Cardle, but Cowan steps forward, and Dakan has caught Hasley out of position here, and he's going to get a 3-run at McKenna. Well, I thought it was. Hasley comes back well to make the challenge. Now Payton gets the ball in low, and Airdrie can block that attack. Now Cardle steps inside and looking for options there. Kevin McDonald, and Giacomo lets the ball run for Cardle, and Benedictus with a good sliding challenge. Doesn't let Cardle past him, blocks the attack. And Airdrie United restricted to throw in on this occasion. Oh, you got the gloves on. Airdrie running into the box, and it's going to be a chance to strike a goal. And Lynch was screaming for the ball there. He was in space, and he's still frustrated there with I think it's Matthew Hasley. And just a bit of an altercation there between the two Airdrie men. Stephen McKenna and Matthew Hasley having a pushing match. O'Brien nodded on, and it's just going to be mopped up at the back there by Mark Smythe, the authority in this Airdrie defence. Now stepping inside here, and now McDonald, and going forward here against Craig McEwen. Simon Lynch knocks the ball past Kyle Benedictus. Simon Lynch with a chance, and he hits the bar. Now the ball's not got out of play. McDougall still going with the ball, and he's worked it back out again to this near side. It's McLaughlin now going toe-to-toe with Paul McHale. He's being forced into the corner here, McLaughlin, but he's got the ball across in the end, just too high for Douglas, and the Dundee goalkeeper's left on the ground. He's back up now, and the ball's gone behind, and Airdrie United piling on the pressure here at New Broomfield. Simon Lynch taking the ball past Kyle Benedictus, slamming it against the bar, and the man who scored last week against Dunfermline almost made it 2 in 2 weeks. Just a right-footed cross, and Payton heads the ball away from the corner kick, and Kyle Benedictus makes the clearance complete. Now McDougall, and the ball comes in deep, and Giacomo just couldn't work that opportunity to get the ball in on goal. Malone skips past McDougall, and he's still going forwards here. The Dundee man decides to go to the side now with McHale, and Dakan now up against Hasley. Tries to go round outside him here, Dakan. He's caught in the corner now, and the ball's coming deep to O'Brien, who, well, got his angles all wrong, leaned back a bit there, maybe the Dundee man, and the ball well over the the Airdrie bar. And with that missed chance, O'Brien firing a high, really high. Here's the change that the Dundee fans will have been contemplating at the break. Antoine Courier, the Guadeloupe international, has come on for Andrew Shinnie, and Dundee could be said to be going for the jugular now. 2 men up front. Courier joining Colin McMenamin in the Dundee attack, and it's going to be a straight 4-4-2 now for Dundee. Well, Jockey Scott just asking Peyton to step back a bit there, but we'll see how Jockey reorganises this Dundee midfield, with Courier going up front to join Colin McMenamin. Cowan throws the ball long down the field, and it's knocked out of play by Smythe. Cowan and McMenamin just crowded out there by the Airdrie defence. Tap to the side, and here's McLaughlin, and the referees signalled the ball's gone out of play there from Willie McLaughlin. Malone knocks it back to Malone. Now McHale, and he's worked it all the way over to the far side now. David Cowan, and Freddie Dakan couldn't find Colin McMenamin there, and Airdrie can stride forward again. Much more open this second half. Sliding in there to take the ball away from Kevin McDonald, and a really heavy challenge there from Will McLaughlin on David O'Brien. Won the ball though, the Airdrie defender, so I suppose you could say it's a good but heavy challenge by the Airdrie defender. McMenamin having a smile all over his back there, the Dundee striker. And now McDougall can go forward, and he's just got his heels clipped there by Eric Payton, and the referee quick to take out the yellow card, and he can't really argue with that decision. The Airdrie midfielder striding through, cutting inside there, McDougall, and really showing that running at this Dundee defence can pose him problems. Eric Payton just clipping his heels, and it's a straightforward yellow card for the referee to give on this occasion. Matthew Hasley lining up this free kick. The one-man wall, Antoine Courier, and the ball just goes past the wall, and Lynch has his shot deflected away off Kyle Benedictus. Well, the Dundee players are adamant that the young Dundee defender didn't get a touch on the ball, but the referee's not about to go changing his mind, so it's going to be a corner kick to Airdrie. Just Kevin McDonald giving him a short option there, and it's flicked on into the box, and the referee's given a foul. I thought Airdrie were trying to work one from the training ground there, but the referee giving the foul for a little push on Eddie Malone there, I think. Much more open end-to-end play in this first half, and with Antoine Courier joining Colin McMenamin up front, just free some space up in that midfield area. Let the players pick a few more passes. And Payton just comes across to mop that one up. Hasley knocks it back up high into the sky. Cardle couldn't win it. And Payton with a little chip ball has found Courier with his first meaningful touch of the game. He's got past Mark Smythe here. Antoine Courier, and O'Brien running in there had his cross blocked by Bobby Donnelly. Otherwise O'Brien again would have had a good opportunity. And Airdrie United have worked this one well, and here's Joseph Cardle running out down the box. Lynch is in the area, and Malone read the ball across well. It was a crucial sliding challenge there by Eddie Malone. Simon Lynch was all by himself and would have had an empty net for the former Dundee man to strike it into. McMenamin now, and McMenamin just couldn't pick the pass there, and a little show of frustration there by Antoine Courier not getting the pass over. And now Malone. McHale into the feet of Antoine Courier. O'Brien's making the run out down the left. Payton though decides to switch it, and in fact Payton decides just to do a pirouette in the middle of that Dundee area. Now Courier gets turned off the back of Bobby Donnelly, but doesn't come to anything. Now Giacomo Benedictus going in to give the former Kilmarnock man some physical challenges, but couldn't win the ball off him. And David Cowan blocks out that chance there. Payton now, Dakan setting off down the wing, but Smythe cuts that one out easily, just not quite getting the angles right, the Dundee midfield with these through passes. McLaughlin, now McDougall, and Malone just putting in a crucial foot there just to force him out, and McDougall can keep going forward, and now Lynch has got around the back of Eddie Malone, but he couldn't get the ball off of him. Now here's Courier, just works it inside to O'Brien, but just a bit too strong for the Dundee midfielder, former Stirling man of course, former teammate of Paul Giacomo at Stirling of course, the former Kilmarnock man, having a loan spell there before joining up at Airdrie United, and O'Brien just a slightly challenge there, almost takes the ball off the feet of Paul Giacomo, but not doing enough in the end. But Dundee have done enough to work it out to play for the corner kick. Now McLaughlin runs past McEwen, and O'Brien just comes back to mop up the defence, and Douglas has been forced to fire it out to play for a throw-in. McDougall to take this one. Giacomo finding space in the box to recover this one, being forced out wide though by McEwen. Fires it in low there, the Airdrie front man, but McHale will get it away. McMenamin losing it in the physical challenge with Bobby Donnelly, and Cowan with a cool head nods it back to Robert Douglas. Courier looking for his aerial presence against Bobby Donnelly, and he won the ball. Antoine Courier just couldn't get the right direction on it to find striking partner Colin McMenamin. And loose pass there has found Colin McMenamin though. Skips past the challenge. Now McHale. Now Payton. Out to Eddie Malone. O'Brien outside him. Here is the Dundee midfielder now. Looks to get past McLaughlin. And O'Brien just couldn't get past the Airdrie midfielder. And in fact, the Airdrie good defending by Will McLaughlin, not letting O'Brien get past him. And in fact, winning a goal kick at the same time. I thought so maybe O'Brien had settled for the corner kick, but in the end, doesn't even get that. Benedictus misses his header, but luckily for him, he's got McEwen behind him. Then Malone with a long ball, just cut out by Bobby Donnelly. McDougall steps back, and it's cleared away. Now Giacomo finds McDougall. Malone encouraged to make the challenge, and McDougall just goes over the leg of Eddie Malone, and the Dundee man, you can see him sizing up the challenge, but in the end, just a bit rash, sticking the foot in Eddie Malone, and a free kick is the decision. Hasley standing over this free kick, swung in, and McDougall went in with a challenge there, and I think he got an elbow in the face off Robert Douglas for his trouble there. Douglas already had the ball in his hand though, and foul there in the centre of the park. McMenamin, the man diving in with the edge of defence, and the referee's just going to have a word with Colin McMenamin here. Joseph Cardle, the man fouled. Dundee already have the 3 men on yellow cards. Craig McHugh and Andrew Shinney, who's now off the field, and Eric Payton, but on this occasion the referee just decided a stern words as the way forward with Colin McMenamin. And Hasley just tries to get this one on the box. Helped on, and McDougall's there at the far post and fires it through the legs of Robert Douglas, who's really not happy with that. And why would you be? Kicking the post in frustration there, the former Scotland goalkeeper, and Airdrie have found the lead. And a goal has been coming. It's been a very, very open second half. Stephen McDougall, the man firing in the free kick, was nodded on. And Stephen McDougall left all on his own, 2-3 yards out. Could pick a spot, and that spot was right between Robert Douglas's legs. Courier holding the ball up. Now McKenna can come away with it. Now Cardle. Cardle running forward. Here is Paul Giacomo finding space on the edge of the area. Now McDougall steps inside and the ball knocked away. And now McHale coming forward. And Freddie Dakan now. Space to run into for Freddie Dakan up against Mark Hasley. And he decides to go outside him. Freddie Dakan still going forward up against Mark Hasley. Slides in, and he's not done enough to win the corner kick, and he's remonstrating with the linesman. He thought it was a corner kick. Just over halfway through this second half at New Broomfield, Airdrie with the advantage. Cowan knocks it forward, and now McHale knocks it back to, well, looks for McHale, but it's going to go out on this near side. Jockey Scott going for the positive approach, taking on the second striker. Has left this game far more open, and it's Airdrie that have been able to take advantage of that. Getting the opening goal. Paul Giacomo was who bagged the goal instead of Stephen McDougall. Hard to tell with a diamond on the back of the shirt, 7 and the 9. Knocked away by McKenna, and Benedictus will be forced to play this all the way by Simon Lynch. McDonald finds Giacomo in the centre of the park. Lynch running outside him, but Giacomo's going to go by himself. Kyle Benedictus does well to win the ball back, and he's done enough to win a free kick off the Airdrie defence. Cowan just lets the ball run all the way out to Eddie Malone, looking for a short option here, and Paul McHale's the man that gives it to him. Courier now on the edge of the area, being forced to play it all the way. Bobby Donnelly right behind him. Now Malone running outside him, and he's found him now. He gets the ball across. McMenamin's the man there with a header, and he forces Stephen Robertson to make the save, but it wasn't really a testing save, you could say, from the Airdrie keeper. Did the hard thing, McMenamin, by getting the ball on target. Got to ask the question of the goalkeeper. Now Cardle just side to McKenna. And McKenna expecting maybe a run down the field there, but nobody was giving him that option, and it's just an easy ball for Dundee to clear up. Courier just tries to nod it on against Bobby Donnelly. Now McMenamin out to Malone. Now McHale. And McHale not picking his man well. And Dundee maybe trying to overreach themselves with these through balls. And panicking a bit. Still just over 15 minutes to go here at New Broomfield. Simon Lynch, though, looking to make it 2. And he's won the corner kick off the boot of Kyle Benedictus. But still time for Dundee to grab an equaliser. There's a ball swung in and it's cleared off the line by Eric Payton. The header came in from Stephen McKenna. And Airdrie will try again from the corner kick. And it's swung in and almost McKenna again, just a bit too far ahead of him, but it's going to be a goal kick this time, goes straight through, doesn't touch anyone. Instead of Dundee looking to bag the equaliser down one end of the park. Airdrie looking more threatening at the other end, now forcing Eric Payton to clear it off the line. Lynch now, back to Hasley. And Cowan just forced to play it out. Put under pressure there by Giacomo. And now that ball fired in by Matthew Hasley, and Douglas claimed it well. Put a lot of pace in that cross, Matthew Hasley. Douglas looking for Courier, and McMenamin hauled down there by Bobby Donnelly, but referee says nothing. Courier just got the little flick ball through to McMenamin, and Dundee man wasn't given the chance to latch onto it. Hauled down. And Douglas now wide to Malone. Now Craig McEwen, and he's looking for Freddie Dakan, and Dakan with a poor first touch gives it away, and Cowan having to watch Cardle closely here. He's cut inside now, Joseph Cardle, and Lynch just tried a little fancy through ball. Now Dakan into the feet of Courier, who had Smythe going through the back of him, but no free kick. Now all the way back with Stephen Robertson. McHale cuts that one out, but all he's done is give it back to Bobby Donnelly. Now McLaughlin plays a 1-2 with McDougall, and Lynch can't control it. And Payton doing enough to win the free kick in the tussle with McKenna. O'Brien steps outside McLaughlin, and now David O'Brien can open his legs, and he's running forward to the byline, and Stephen McKenna lets the ball run out of play for the goal kick. Robertson just finds the head of Malone from the corner kick. Just a slice ball forward by McLaughlin. Again, just knocked all the way over to Cowan, and Cardle jumped sideways there with David Cowan, just caught him in the face, and it's going to be a free kick to Dundee just in that centre area. It looks looking a bit cut up late into the second half. And it's going to be Darren Young. He's coming on for Freddie. Freddie Dakan just not having the same effect in the second half as he did in the first half, and Smythe has sliced that, and Courier has been he's won the ball, but he's all the way out wide now. McHale completely slices that, and he's got the ball over to McMenamin. Knocked away though by that Airdrie defence. Good touch by Payton though. Sets up a return cross. McMenamin nods it back inside, looking for a striking option, but couldn't find anyone. It was behind them all, and it's cleared away. Lynch running with McEwen, and it's going to be a throw in to Dundee. But just going back to that substitution, Darren Young, the man on for his third appearance in a dark blue shirt, all from the bench. Freddie Daka not having the same effect in the second half as he did in the first running against Matthew Hasley. And Jockey Scott's just felt maybe a fresh pair of legs is going to be what gets that equalising goal here at New Broomfield. Eric Payton now with a little chip ball looking for Darren Young, and Airdrie United don't have any problem there clearing it away. Now O'Brien looking for option against McDougall. Forced back there, and now McKenna can clear it away. Striding forwards here, Stephen McKenna. Lynch is outside him. Here is the former Celtic striker. And chip ball there from Lynch. Hasn't found anyone, and Kyle Benedictus will easily mop this one up at the back. And Dundee can try yet again for the equalising goal. McMenamin. Now Payton invites Malone to join this attack with that ball. Eddie Malone now running up against McDougall. Just has to turn back now, Eddie Malone, to keep possession. And now Benedictus finds O'Brien, who is fouled, but the referee lets the play continue. McEwen now. And Darren Young stops the ball getting through to Courier. Darren Young, though, gets turned, and he's going to take a strike himself. Darren Young well over the bar, and not threatening Stephen Robertson. Headed on, and Giacomo can run forward there, and he's found Simon Lynch, but the touch is a bit heavy there from Simon Lynch. Worked a good 1-2 though with Giacomo, but poor first touch, loses the ball there. O'Brien now just loses out to McDougall, and now McLaughlin running forward. O'Brien just had a little attempted tug at his shirt as he ran forward there with him. McLaughlin though forced backwards. Now Giacomo coming back into the midfield to help Airdrie keep the ball. Hasley decides to join the attack as well now, running outside Giacomo. Now here's Cardle, and he's taking the ball past Benedictus, but fouled, and Cardle furious there with challenge there by Kyle Benedictus, and just tripping over the legs as they take the ball past the young Dundee defender there, Joseph Cardle. Attack breaks down. And Airdrie have the two men standing over this free kick. It's Hasley and Giacomo. Just gets a glancing header on it though. Here's Lynch now inside the area, and he's got McDougall here. And chip ball just going to go straight into the gloves of Robert Douglas. Courier now finds McHale, and McHale just gives that ball straight back to Joseph Cardle, who turns into Eric Payton, and Joseph Cardle was looking for that one, winning the foul off Benedictus moments ago. This time turning into the foul and going down and playing it well, getting the free kick. Swung in, and it's just a bit too heavy the header there to find McDougall. Courier now, he's got McLaughlin behind him. Courier though gets turned against the Airdrie man despite McLaughlin's best attempts. Now Young, and Young just slips under no pressure at all, and Kevin McDonald works it out wide to Joseph Cardle, the man of the moment, and he's running forwards, skips past Eric Payton, still going forward here, Joseph Cardle. Now McDonald And now McKenna, who maybe just thought about a shot there. Now Giacomo, twisting and turning, and he's going to try and get past McEwen, but in the end just decided to run right into him. Now Courier. O'Brien running outside him, and now David O'Brien can run at Willie McLaughlin. David O'Brien still going forward, and he gets the ball in this time, but only finds the gloves of Stephen Robertson. Nobody was going in with him. And David O'Brien and the Airdrie midfielder have stayed down behind the touchline there. David O'Brien just rejoining the play now. But down the other end, Dundee win the throw-in. Cowan going forward with Lynch. And Airdrie man just has still stayed down. It's Willie McLaughlin, who's behind the lines. That's Bobby Donnelly, actually. O'Brien now, running past McLaughlin. Now O'Brien, chip ball. And it's cleared away. And now Airdrie can come forward, temporarily reduced to 10 men with Bobby Donnelly behind the lines. Lynch. Just slowing the play down. Now McDonald. And he's played that ball right into the feet of Craig McEwen, who couldn't keep the ball in. And Airdrie United are going to make a substitution to replace Bobby Donnelly, who's just being led away though now by the physio. And David Nixon, the man, coming on. And it's going to be a double substitution by Airdrie United. Simon Lynch also coming off. The goal scorer last weekend against Dunfermline. And Scott McLaughlin coming on to replace Simon Lynch. Double change. One of them enforced by Airdrie, Bobby Donnelly. Going down under the David O'Brien challenge. David Nixon and Scott McLaughlin coming on. Now Smythe. And Smythe just steps inside. Cardle brings that ball down well. And he's going to get the chance to run at Cowan. Cowan not sure which way he's going to go. A low ball in by Cardle, and Paul McHale completes the clearance. McMenamin tries to nod it on. Smythe gets it away. McEwen just heads it into the head of Paul Giacomo there. Cowan, long ball forward. Payton's the man who's made a run up forward to join him. Young now, just trying to get turned, and Malone's wanting the ball played out wide, and Malone's got space here, and there's room for O'Brien to run into as well. Malone finds O'Brien, and the space immediately closed down, and McDonald blocks the cross out for a throw in. Now Young decides to work it down the opposite side of the park. Cowan and Payton going in with him. Chip ball looking for McLaughlin to run into. He was the substitute. Now Cardle, and it's come off the boot of Craig McEwen there. And it's going to be a corner kick, so throw in to Airdrie United. Just down in the corner. Just Airdrie happy to keep the ball in the corner there for the moment. Cowan though comes away with it for Dundee. Now Young back out to Cowan, who's continued his run forward. And that ball almost getting in behind the back there. David Nixon, the man, heading it out. Now Malone. Just looking for an option there from O'Brien. In the end, Plays it behind him. Then Malone again. McEwen. And Airdrie United have a step forward with it. McKenna finds Giacomo, and Benedictus' challenge just takes it off the feet of Paul Giacomo. And come forward with it now, Dundee. Malone finds Young. Darren Young looking for options here, getting caught tight against the touchline, looking for Antoine Curry, and Robertson loses it, and now Dundee will have the chance. The goalkeeper's off his line, and now McMenamin just fresh air strikes it instead of guiding it into the net, and Stephen Robertson gets lucky. The fumble from Stephen Robertson not capitalised on by Dundee, and that's the end of that as far as some of the Dundee fans are heading for the exit. Just time ticking towards full time here, just about a minute to play. But Dundee eventually working it out to Colin McMenamin, and the fresh airstrike let Stephen Robertson recover. Paul Giacomo just being taken off, the goal scorer today for Airdrie United, sticking the ball between the legs of Robert Douglas. And it's that contribution by the Airdrie man that has made the difference today. Stephen Maguire, the man coming on, not the snooker player, someone else. And Peyton just gives the ball back to Airdrie United, and Paul McHale picked up an injury in that aftermath of that Stephen Robertson fumble, which resulted in McMenamin's fresh airstrike, and the Dundee man being forced to continue. Don't have any more substitutions. Jockey Scott, Courier, Young and Cowan all already coming off the bench. So McHale having to play stoppage time here at New Brimfield with a bit of a limp. Benedictus just heads it in the air. Peyton heads it on, and McHale doing his best to run off this injury, but he won't have to try for long. But Dundee need 100% effort from all their players as the time ticks up to full time. Cowan looks for Courier, and now Young, but Young has lost out in the midfield challenge. Courier heads it on now. McMenamin, and McMenamin's worked it out to Antoine Courier, just a little touch inside, and Antoine Courier was taken down, and the referee thought about giving the foul. They put the whistle up to his mouth, but in the end not giving it. Airdrie fans already in party mood over at the far side, and they know, depending on the Queen of the South results, a 1-0 victory today might be enough to take them off the bottom of the table. 3 points behind at the moment. They'll have to wait until full time to get the score. Malone. McMenamin just tries to help it on, but in the end just helps it up into the air. Benedictus knocks it forward. McHale helps it on, but there's nobody there to pick up the loose ball. Benedictus just works it out to Cowan. Now Young knocked out, and Dundee really grasping at straws here, throwing everyone forward and throwing long balls at them. Now Maguire getting a touch on the ball. Now Cardle, and Cardle, well, he's still got Maguire running forward with him. Now is the substitute, Stephen Maguire. Just looking to count down some more time for Airdrie United, and they've still got possession here from the throw-in. Taken short. And now McDonald. And now McDougall. O'Brien Runs over there in a hurry, looking to take the ball off of him. Now helped on, and McDougall's offside by the linesman. And that play is the end of it. Paul Giacomo goal, enough to separate the two sides. A much more open second half. Airdrie United having a couple of chances. Simon Lynch also hitting the bar for Airdrie. Colin McMenamin's fresh airstrike from the fumble, almost pulling Dundee level. But Dundee, the worst attack in this first division, fails to find the front again for Dundee, as it did last week against Greenock Morton. Full time at New Broomfield. It's Airdrie United 1, Dundee 0.